I'm honored to help people through grief, and I love what I do. I can speak to grief support groups, church groups looking for direction on grieving, and I teach classes on grief recovery. When I speak, one of the most asked questions I get is, what am I supposed to say to someone when they have a loss? It is the age-old question everyone wonders, and we all assume there's no correct answer. Society has not been trained how to deal with society and comfort those who experience a loss. We are taught from a young age how to acquire things. Climb the corporate ladder, amass a fortune, be the strongest, the smartest you can be. Nowhere is there a class on how to help those around us grieving, or even ourselves. When loss strikes our lives, we are caught completely unaware. There is a statistic that states you are likely to have someone in your immediate circle die every 9 to 13 years. In fairness, that is not often enough to get used to the idea and remember if we successfully handled it last time. So we're stuck with our catchphrases and actions that we were taught or those that were presented to us when we had a loss. Some of the prime examples are, he's in a better place. She lived a long and happy life. God doesn't give you more than you can handle. These are intellectually true statements, but what we don't realize is it is not our head that is broken and hurting, it's our heart. So those intellectual statements do nothing to help our sorrow. They unfortunately have the opposite effect, and statements like that tend to upset us and make us angry. Most people have the best intentions when they make these statements, but they are not helpful. So what is helpful? That is the million-dollar question. Acknowledging the loss is one of the most helpful things you can do. Death is uncomfortable enough without us adding the pressure of being afraid of saying the right things. So by simply saying, I am so sorry you have to go through this loss, is enough for most people. Sharing a favorite memory of the person who died is also helpful, either by telling the person who experienced the loss your story or writing it down. This has amazing benefits for you dealing with the loss as well. And then sharing it with the person who had experienced the loss. The story will validate the life of the person who has died. Another helpful action is to hug the person and allow them to grieve. Grief is different for everyone, so there may or may not be tears, there may or may not be anger, there may or not be outburst of other emotions, but a griever needs to be heard, and a griever needs to be treated with dignity and respect. Human presence is a very powerful healing agent in grief. When you experience the loss of a friend or a loved one, keep these in mind and embrace the life of the ones you love. It will be helpful for the one you are comforting, but it will also help you deal with the grief you feel.